dish, at least one dish. Okay, so what I do with the Kefir cheese, mix it up a little bit because some of it was real thick and some of it was not as thick. So I just take that. Now, this is not a lot. It's maybe an eighth of a cup. I'm sorry, I'm not very professional, but anyway, hopefully I'll get there. We'll watch this video a year from now and laugh a lot about it because I've been wanting to do this forever, to get on and just to share. I mean, I have so many things. I have a freeze dryer. I've been freeze drying. I do all kinds of cooking and baking, and I have all kinds of equipment that I want to show, making bone broth soup. I have tons of things. So hopefully this is the beginning of my channel, and this is keto and culture. Now this is whipped cream. This is from Raw Cream. You can use not raw cream. You go to Trader Joe's for $3.99. You can get an organic heavy whipping cream, and that's what I used to use. But now at Sprouts they have the raw, and I've been getting the raw, and it's quite expensive, but you know, I like it. So what I'll do is I take some of the Kefir cheese, and then I'm going to make this for my husband now, so he'll love this. And I put a bunch of whipping cream in it because whipping cream is good on our diet. We can do whipping cream. So my whole idea is like, how do I make something that helps add the fat to my diet and also is low in carbohydrate and tasty and sweet, because we always want to touch that sweet tooth. So, and I thought, well, if I mix whipped cream with it, that'll make the kefir stretch, because that's really all I want is some kind of probiotic in my, you know, whether I'm eating breakfast, lunch, or dinner, I want some kind of probiotic in there. So let me take a spoon. And I'm going to stir this up. Now the whipped cream, when I make it, I already have a sweetener in it, so it's pretty sweet. Now the Kefir cheese is just plain. I mean, you're going to have to do something with it. And you can see how nice and fluffy that is. I'm just going to taste a little. No, it needs sweetener. You can just add this any way you want, and just kind of stir that in. You can do a lot of different things with it. What I'm going to do right now, my husband's going to come home and I'm going to give him a snack, is chia seeds. So I always have these going too, chia seed pudding. We'll do that another day. But I'm going to put a whole bunch of chia seed pudding in there. And then he likes the lemon curd. So I am going to take a scoop of the lemon curd and put that in. Now that's just a really big conglomeration of all the different things that I've done. Now you don't have to do this fancy. You can just do the Kefir cheese, and you can just mix your sweetener with it. I do this because you don't want a lot of the Kefir cheese. I really don't know the carbohydrate count. I think I tried figuring it out once, and it's not that high. But you definitely need those probiotic things. So there we go. I know it doesn't look real appealing right now. Another thing that you can do with this, oh, it's really good. I think it's fine just the way it is. I'll lick a spoon. It tastes really good. It's creamy. It's light. The heavy whipping cream lightened it right up. It's almost like a mousse. Now this is really good on, we have a thing, we like broccoli, and for years I would put sour cream on the broccoli. Well, now we don't do that anymore. We use this instead of sour cream. It's real tangy. Not real tangy, but it's tangy. I'm cleaning up my mess with my tongue right here. Okay. So again, you want to try to get, if you're doing ketogenic, you want to try to get some kind of probiotic in your diet. I think the best way to do that is to find things, especially, you know, we want things that are sweet. You know, so many times we're, doing the ketogenic, and it might be, we might kind of be getting bored with it, especially if you're not a big cook. This is kind of great. You can buy this in the store and just strain it yourself, and then use it, put it in at dinner. If you're having any kind of vegetable, you can put a dollop of that on the vegetable. You can season it up with granulated garlic, salt. You can put herbs in it. You can do all kinds of things with it and put it on the food that you're eating. You don't want to really heat it. Once you heat the kefir, because it is alive, you're going to kill it. So you want to make sure that you allow it to go into your body alive and not cooked. I'm trying to think of other things. I tried to find my kefir book, but you can do it's Kefir is the kefir, and this is milk kefir. Very important, different than water kefir. Water kefir you mix sugar with it, and you let it set, and the grains, they eat the sugar, which is why this kefir is lactose free. Anytime you're going to see it in the store, you're going to see lactose free, because it's eaten all of the lactose in it. That's what it's done. That's what it is. The sugar in the milk is what the kefir feeds off of. So that's why, if you are lactose intolerant, you can most likely eat the kefir cheese or drink the kefir milk. I like it without the whey. If you want to save the whey, you can save the whey, as I showed you in, here we go. Look, see, we're already dripping. It's dripping. This is the whey. So if you have animals, this is good. You can put it in with their food. I made bread the other day. We don't eat bread anymore, but I sprouted some wheat berries and dried them in my dehydrator, and I ground them, and I made bread for somebody. And I used some of the whey as the water in it. I was a little nervous about using a whole cup and a half because it is a little tart, but I used 1 cup of whey in the bread, and it just gives it more of a nutritional value. But a lot of times I just throw it away because I have so much whey. Another really good thing about whey is that you can actually put it in a mason jar like this and put kale in it, chop up kale, onions, cauliflower, broccoli, whatever vegetable you like, experiment with it. If you got some whey, put those in there. And I have a friend that doesn't like vinegary tasting cultured foods, so that might be a way to do it. I was going to try and culture something with just the whey, and just put it in there, leave it in the refrigerator, and then 2-3 weeks later go in and try it out, and it actually cultures it. It actually ferments it. See, like I did, this is with water, salt, a low salt solution, and we are going to do that as well. I had a whole bunch of things yesterday that I showed everybody, and I'm so excited about, because we eat string beans on the ketogenic diet, and so I guess this is kind of like an introduction, but it shows you how much probiotics we're going to be doing. I went in yesterday and just kind of ate one of these and showed you guys. It's like I was watching a video, and I'm like, oh look, I ate in front of them, but you can't help it. You take it out to show. You gotta eat it. So there's my string bean, and it tastes almost like a pickle, because I put dill in it and I put garlic in it, and I put it in here. I let it set on the counter for 2 or 3 days, and then I put it in the refrigerator. And this had probably been about a week ago that I did that, but I'm sure making a mess today. I didn't get dirty. And again, I found these things on the internet. There's some of them only come. They can be real expensive. These are. They have like a little nipple thing. I ran into some. These weren't very much at all. They were maybe $5.99 or $6.99, or I don't know. You got a whole bunch of them though. Let me get the box. It comes like this. And the thing inside, they come like this. And as I said in my last video, I tried everything to find something like this. I'm like, why doesn't anybody invent anything like this to go inside? So I did order some more. They have a little bit of a different handle, the ones I ordered, but they're basically the same. And but these are great for weighing down the vegetables, because if anybody's ever done this on a small scale like this, especially, it's really hard to get the vegetables to not float. You know, you stuff them in there so they don't move, but then once the liquids start loosening up a little, they float to the top. But this is great, so I just leave it like this, and when I go, like I've been making keto bread, and we'll have a keto grilled cheese sandwich or a keto hamburger with our bun, and we'll have 2 or 3 of these with it, and that's our probiotics. So see, you're trying to put probiotics in with your ketogenic diet. Don't sacrifice that if you're doing ketogenic, because you really need that. These are great because, like I said, you get, I think there's 6 of them in here, and they have like a little cross in the top, just like a baby bottle would, because as this starts to ferment or continues to ferment, gases are going to form. And before, when I did, I had to always loosen the top and burp it. But with this, you don't have to burp it. It just comes out, and then you put the lid on. When you're all done, actually, I could put a lid on this, which I will when I'm done. I'll put a regular lid on because it's all done doing its thing. I don't need this anymore. So I guess I'm all done. You know, get yourself some kefir grains, or go to the store. I had to order these online because Natural Grocers in Prescott Valley stopped carrying them. So I got some of them, a couple at Natural Grocers in Flagstaff. If you're up there, try there. Otherwise, I just went online. I think there was a place called Swanson's, Swansons, Swansons, and they had it. It was $5.99, I believe, for a box. And I, because I do this, I mean, I'm doing the kefir grains, but I like having these on hand. They're great. So I bought 4 of them. I stuck them in the freezer, and whenever I need one, I can make a batch of this. If I want to make a large batch of kefir, I can make it with this. This is going to take longer because the grains, there's only so many grains. Anyway, I don't know where to stop, but I'm going to end today and tell you thank you for watching, and I am looking forward to making other videos, and I hope that you get blessed by these and that you can live a healthier, a more vibrant life, and that's my goal, is